Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to another monster video. So in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys my top 10 favorite monsters right now. So for now, these are going to be my top 10 favorite monsters, and maybe in the near future I can make another, of course, like an updated version of this video. So at the moment, these are going to be my top 10 favorite monsters, and you guys can go ahead and let me know in the comments down below what your top 10 favorites are as well. So I hope you guys are excited. If you are, make sure to drop a like, subscribe. Anyways, let's go on and get started. Now there are so many monsters out there that are like pretty good, and I really wanted to add them into this list, but I was like, you know what, I like this other one more than the other one, so I just decided to put the one that I like more in the list instead of the other one. All right, if that makes sense. So I went ahead and squeezed in 10 monsters that are my personal favorites, and I kind of wrote them down, so you're probably going to be looking at me kind of staring at the other screen, because in the other screen I basically have all the 10 monsters written down, and I'm going to go ahead and go over them. So the first one, or the top 10, we're going to go from 10 to basically 1. The 10 one is this one right here, Xmas. Xmas, amazing. The reason for this is because, first of all, well, a while ago, you guys know this monster was in Bounty Hunt, right? Besides all the, you know, glitches that you could have like insta-killed with his skills and stuff like that, this monster is still amazing. I like his speed stat a lot, pretty fast. I do like this a lot, the resurrection block. It comes very in handy, especially against Ural and the same restriction in Team Wars, or even on PvP. You could probably still use it on PvP, but it's mainly like a Team War monster, and in my personal opinion, I think this is like a sort of like a must-have monster if you want to like sort of counter Ural. Now, besides all of that, what this monster also has access to is basically an insta-kill skill. So it's really random though. You either insta-kill, you can apply death countdown or some type of torture or whatever to the enemy. So the enemy, like if you make this super fast with the resurrection block, it can one-tap the enemy, and then they can't really resurrect either because you have resurrection block, so it needs to be trade disabled and then it can resurrect, or you need to eliminate this monster fully, and even if you do eliminate it, it can come back because it can carry an SN. So that's the thing about this mythic monster, obviously. So it also has NER skills, PER skills, and much more. I really like the relic slots and everything. So enough said, this is my 10th one. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Now this next one, can you guys guess who it is? It's in the dark category. It's a mythic, obviously. It is, where is he at? Dark Voltaire. Now, Dark Voltaire, the reason why I chose him, first of all, dodge area, pretty good, even though it's a status caster, still really good. Can basically infinitely attack. Even if this monster gets hit with CDA, it's completely fine because you have the 0 cooldown skill that you can kind of spam, you know what I mean? And then eventually you'll have access to 50,000 volts and 20,000 volts and so on, basically. And it has thunder and dark element skills, so both are pretty good, you know what I mean? If the enemy have like a, let's say, protection against the dark element, you can just spam the thunder one, you know what I mean? So pretty good monster, can infinitely cycle, and it will be meta for a while. Even though it actually was released during Metro era, it will still remain meta. So this right here will be my 9th favorite, and I really like the design. Now obviously I like the original Voltic more, but this one's pretty cool too, so I'll give it to him. But moving on, the next one is also in the dark category, and it is a mythic. Can you guys guess who it is? No, it is not Ilfira. No, it is not. I don't even know who to really name here, but it's Arkuma. Yeah, pretty underrated. So I really like this monster mainly for Team Wars. I recently ranked it to 146, I think. I spent ambrosias on it and stuff like that. I know, don't judge me, it was for a Team War. It was really needed. And it was actually worth it because I chipped off some coins. So this monster is amazing because it has a random positive status effect, right? This right here. It has taunt, so you can never really go wrong with this monster. And keep in mind, this monster is from the corrupted era, so you can give it like Soul Drag or Mud Body or Crystal Form or whatever. So it's a really good defensive type of monster. You can obviously use it for offense as well, but it's more for like defense because of this area random positive status effect. So you can make your Pierce attacker, for example, if they are in the same restriction, you can make like Serpentix or Cupid. If you're pairing with each other, you can make them go really fast, and let's say this random positive status effect can be triple damage, so it'll give that triple damage to the attacker, and then that could really throw off the enemy. So this right here has to be in the list as well, and I wanted to add him. So that one is another one. Now moving on, this one's not going to be in the dark category, I promise, but it is actually in the magic category if I'm not mistaken. This was added, yeah, this era, and it's Lamuna. So Lamuna is amazing, has PER skills. I don't know about NER. I think it has NER actually. right? I really like the stats, and also the traits are amazing. Anticipation. Now we also have this area random positive status effect, right? Again, just like Darkuma and another monster that we looked at. Wait, not yet. I think that's gonna come up later on if I'm not mistaken. But area random positive status effect, pretty good, right? So it can really throw off the enemy. It's more of like a team war monster. Obviously, you can use it on PvP if you want to, but it's mainly like a team war monster. And the monster's pretty fast too. So this is one of those monsters you kind of want to invest in right now, and it's gonna be a meta for a while. So definitely invest. And man, I can go on forever for this monster. So enough said. Let's move on to the next one, and that is going to be, I'm pretty sure everybody's favorite, right? Earth category. You're all the divine, right? So when this monster got released, our team went for, I think, a rank 4, if I'm not mistaken. We went for a rank 4. And then later on, I, of course, maxed it out, and it's really good. You can never really go wrong with this monster. You can literally use it anywhere. Adventure map, PvP, Team Wars, dungeons, literally almost anywhere. This monster is amazing. Like, so good. You have access to dodge area and permanent trait too. This monster has resurrection skills, NER skills, has a random torture status gesture, and multiple resurrection skills, super fast, even though it's from the Doomsday era and it's a couple era later. It's still pretty good and definitely meta. And right now, if you head over to PvP, I can show you guys that I'm sure many of these guys are actually running Euros still. Like the top #1 player master from our team, she's actually running it. That player's not running it, but you guys get the idea, right? Nobody's running it over here. Okay, Alejandro, please. No, really? But there we go. Finally, I was like, what the heck? So yeah, this monster is amazing. I would recommend investing, obviously. If you haven't gotten it already, it comes around sometimes in the shop, or you can actually purchase the cells in here. Sometimes it comes around, so you can definitely purchase it. It's a really good monster. I have it on my baby account as well, and I recommend people investing in them. So that's that. But moving on. Oh, this one is my personal favorite, and I know some of you guys told me that Armor said that this monster kind of sucks in a way, which I was like, what the heck, are you guys really trolling? I'm not sure if he really said that, so I'm not going to assume anything, but this monster is amazing, seriously. There's so much with her, okay? So first of all, let's talk about the traits. So these two are garbage, okay? Let's not talk about those. Now what's really important about this monster is this. In the current meta, there's so many monsters that apply tortures. In the previous era as well, lots of monsters with tortures and stuff like that, and you can never go wrong with this monster. So it has that status gesture, area torture immunity. You'll never get hit with whatever, like a level 4 curse or even a level 1 curse, obviously, but I'm just saying, so good, right? You also have access to room father satisfy skill, NER skills, healing abilities, shield abilities, double damage as well. So if you pair it with an attacker, you can never really go wrong. This is one of the monsters that I wanted to add. I also wanted to add Forge Labs, but then I was like, you know what? I like this one more because it provides more. So I just kind of went with Talika, to be honest. But Forge Labs is also amazing. So yeah, this I wanted to add in the list. So let's go ahead and move on. So you guys ready for the next one? This one's probably many of your favorites as well. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about already when I went to fire. Serpentix. Serpentix. Oh my gosh. So I kind of wanted to choose between Elfira, Cupid, and Serpentix. I didn't want to add like more than one. Maybe I could have, but I didn't want to add like all 3 in here. Those other 2 monsters are pretty good too, but this one I just like more than Cupid and also Elfira, okay? Because it provides more. In the recent bounty hunt, it actually won as 3,000 Astronites, but it's just my personal favorite because this monster is just amazing. Has access to Pierce straight away at rank 0, very good. Abomination Hater, literally. Cooldown immunity, Harden's okay, you know what I mean? And that final one doesn't... Oh, wait, never mind. Status area poison, so you can make your enemies weak basically. And obviously it pierces through because it has pierce mechanic. So if the enemy is running Megaton, it doesn't really matter. It's just gonna go through and make the enemies weak if they don't have like a torture immunity or something. So I wanted to add this on the list because it's just amazing. Has massive fire damage, has 2 element skills actually to play around with. Relic slots are amazing, and it is from the Blossom era. Blossom era has some pretty good talents, I would say. So yeah, Serpentix, I wanted to add it on the list, so let's go ahead and move on. Ooh, this one I'm sure some of you guys like. Maybe not all of them, but not all of you guys, but I know some of you guys like them. Or her. Sharayana Shadow is amazing, alright? So this mythic has dodge area, right? These other ones I'm not really a huge fan of. Maybe immune to bleed, sure, that comes in handy. I've got to say, because her SN doesn't really work against her in a way. Yeah, the damage goes and hits a little bit, but the bleeding won't really land because the monster has immune to bleed. So her relic is actually pretty good, and so is she, right? You also have a status caster minor blind to everybody, so pretty good stuff. The monster has PER, trade disable, extra turns for those both. She has a spammable NER skill. She also has a NER to everybody with Light Hater. She also has a turn transfer. Basically reminds me of Mana Infusion in a way. So that I pretty much like. Yeah, it's basically Mana Infusion except without the NER skill on her when she turn transfers. But overall, she's amazing, and she also has really good relic slots. She can come back. You know what I mean? Can regenerate stamina with those relics as well. So I wanted to add her on the list, obviously. So let's go ahead and move on. Now this one is a monster that I recently did an analysis on, and I'm sure many of you guys watched it. If you haven't already, make sure to check out the analysis before you continue watching this. So just warning you. Alright? This one. So this Fire and Dark attacker is coming out very soon. And this is going to be my second favorite monster. There's another monster that I really like more than this one. I know some of you guys are probably gonna hate me for it, but it's just my personal choice. The monster is really powerful, right? Strength-wise, it has the highest power stat tied with the halter. I explained all that in my analysis, but what's really important is the Anticipation Hater. Now, this kills many monsters, especially meta ones like Galvanus. Galvanus cannot stand a chance, right? Also has access to Cold Blood, so you can kind of ignore Taunt and Mega Taunt, right? The dodge area will be kind of nice. Status caster Area Ignite, Precision, dodge area again, so it's really good. Has a massive fire damage, if I'm not mistaken, which is actually a 0 cooldown, so you can spam that. And then insane fire damage is like 1 cooldown and 0 stamina, which is kind of insane. Relic slots are really good too, which was Mask and Sword. It's just amazing. This mythic, I can't wait to get it, and I cannot wait to max it out as well. So I wanted to add this on the list, and it's an exclusive book. I lack on exclusive book. I use Forge Labs. But anyways, moving on to my top one. And for those of you guys that watch my streams, my videos very often, you guys know who it's going to be. Alright? But if you don't know, how could you? I'm just kidding. Alright, and that is going to be Naya. Naya is amazing. Come on, you can never go wrong with this mythic, right? You can use it as a supporter, you can use it as an attacker. I mainly use it as an attacker, obviously. Pretty fast monster, can basically infinite cycle her skills. She can basically attack forever, right? You have dodge area, trade, stamina regen, status caster, helping her with her extra turns and stuff like that, providing more stamina, and then area true vision, basically. Very good stuff. She cannot be possessed either, right? I really like the ultimate as well. It kind of reminds me of, I think, Mana Fusion ultimate as well is pretty similar to that. But very awesome monster, and I've got to say, this is a monster that you want to invest in as well. It's just my personal favorite right now. It is just amazing, seriously. I have it at rank 5, and I actually spent not all of my gems, but most of my gems when I had it on this mythic, and I do not regret spending even a single one. I was like, just take it all. This mythic is amazing. I've been using it ever since, and it's really good. It has PER skills, turn transfer with NER, double damage to everybody, and also native virus, PER, metal damage, AoE. Really good. You can never go wrong. So that is going to wrap it up for today's top 10 favorite of mine, I guess. Let me know in the comments down below your top 10 favorites and why. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.